Hi friends! Alright, so today we're going to do the watercolor that goes with the story, The Contented Earthworm. So I thought a lot about what watercolor to do with this, and I have decided that we are going to do a rainbow because at the very beginning of the story there had been a rain that had happened that then created the story because the earthworms came out, and I also thought a rainbow would be more interesting than watercoloring the dirt that the earthworms lived in. So we're gonna do a rainbow. We're gonna do the rainbow up here, and then depending on how much space we have after we're done with the rainbow, we may put some grass down at the bottom and then fill in the sky with blue, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so we are gonna do the rainbow in rainbow order, which would be red, orange, yellow, and then green, blue, and purple. So we are going to be starting with red, and it's going to be our top color. So what we're going to do is we're going to dip into our red, and we are going to do the first arc of our rainbow here. Now you want to do your red, but you also need to do enough that we can turn part of it orange, because that's going to be our next one. So, you know, the yellow is going to mix with your red to create orange. So I'm going to make a thick red here because part of it is going to become orange. Okay. Let's do a little thicker. We don't want to make it so thick that we're not going to have room for the other colors, but thick enough that we can make part of it orange. All right, so there's our red. Next, we're going to do yellow. And while we want to create orange with the yellow, we need to put our yellow in first. So remember, our yellow is going to be, the top part of the yellow is going to mix with the red to make orange, and the bottom part of the yellow is going to mix with the blue eventually to make green. So we're going to have to make our yellow thick also. So I'm going to dip into my yellow, and I'm going to start here first because I need to get my pure yellow in before I start mixing it, right? So see how I'm not quite touching the red yet? I'm just going to go... There we go. And then I'm going to make this bottom part a little thicker because remember, we're going to mix that with our blue eventually to make green. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to take my yellow. After I've got the yellow and I'm happy with the way it looks down here, I'm going to mix it up here so I get orange. Now remember, once you mix into that red, you want to make sure that you're not taking this so far up that you lose your red, and you don't want to take it so far down into your yellow that you have no yellow either. So I think I might actually clean my brush and get a little more red to mix in a little more with this yellow, because I think I need a little more red. I'll go a little farther up into the red too. Try to keep that arc the whole time. It's hard to keep that arc and keep it even like that. You can see I'm pulling some of the red down into this yellow because it needs to mix a little bit more, I think. Oh, I'm starting to get a nice orange though. You can see doing that. Probably should have started this wet on wet. That was a mistake that I made because mixing colors is a lot easier when you start with it wet. All right, I think I'm getting a yellow or red, orange now. So let's, yeah, there we go. There we go. If you find that your paints are a little too dry, you can dip into your water just a little bit to give yourself a little more wet. When we do this, there we go. All right. Okay, I'm pretty happy with my orange there. All right, so we've got red, we have orange, it goes into yellow. Remember, part of that yellow is going to become green, so even though the yellow looks more thick than the other two, it is okay. All right, so I'm gonna clean my brush really well because I'm about to go down and get blue. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna grab blue. And remember, I'm going to go down farther. I don't want to touch the yellow yet because I don't want to make green until I've got my blue in here. And remember, blue is going to mix down into purple, so we got to make this thick enough that we have room to make purple. Okay, so I think that's probably thick enough because our green's gonna go up a little bit, remember? Okay, all right, so I got that, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna dip in here one more time so that we've got some color, and I'm gonna start going up into my yellow here to create the green of our rainbow. Yay, look at that, so pretty. So pretty. I'm gonna do the same thing I did up there with the orange. I'm gonna pull a little bit down into this blue so I can mix a little more green. All right, there we go. Yay, that's making a pretty green there. I'm going to clean my brush because it's green now, it's not blue. And I'm gonna grab red so we can make purple down here with the blue. So we're gonna mix our red into our blue to create purple. So we started with red and we are ending with red. You don't wanna do a whole lot of red underneath that blue because remember, we're just trying to create the purple this time. We're not trying to make red. So you don't have to worry about making this thick down here. You're just gonna do it so that you get your purple down here. All right, there we go. Make sure I get down into that so that it's a real purple and not red. Okay, all right, so we've got our red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, or violet if you're going by Roy G. Biv, because the V is violet, but purple. All right, that is our rainbow. Now we've got some white down here and we have some white up here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know, I think I'm gonna do blue up here because the rainbow would be in the sky, right? I'm gonna do it very carefully though because I don't wanna mix it into that red because I don't wanna create any purple on top there. I mean, if it mixes a little bit, it's okay, because technically it would be the top of the rainbow, and that would be purple, right? Because if it starts over again. But that's not our goal. Our goal is just to make this area up here blue. So we're just gonna very carefully, I'm gonna use the thin part of my brush, so not the whole thing, to very carefully go as close as I can to this red without it mixing. There we go. And I'm gonna pull the blue out so I have a nice blue sky without any red in it, so it's not purple. All right. And dip back into this blue. I don't want too much blue. I don't want it to be too wet. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here, which I hope you guys can see. I feel like my arm's probably really in the way right now, and I'm sorry. All right, whoop. Mixed into that red just a little bit. Oopsie. A little more blue. I didn't quite have enough blue on my brush that time. There we go. All right. I got one more time against this blue. I don't want any big white spots. All right, so I got my sky in, so now I'm gonna put some blue under here. I may mix it with some green down here so it looks like we have some grass. I'm gonna get the blue in first. This is pretty dry. I guess that's the one good thing about not doing wet on wet, is that everything's dry now, but I really think it would have been easier to mix colors if we'd done wet on wet. All right, down here. Oops. A little more blue on my brush. There we go. Get up as close as I can to that purple without actually painting into it, because I don't want to make my blue down here purple. That's not the goal here. The goal actually is to make some of this look like the ground. I don't think we've done a rainbow since, I mean, we did that rainbow that we did a little while ago with the tree in it, but we haven't done an actual rainbow since about this time last year, I don't think. Last year we did the rainbow when we heard the story about the rain fairies and the sun fairies, if you guys remember that one. All right, I got my blue in down here. I'm pretty happy with that. So I am going to wash my brush off really well, and I'm gonna grab some yellow, and I think I'm gonna try to make some grass down here. And how that's gonna go, we'll see. I'm just kind of dabbing it on to try and make grass so it doesn't look, I don't know, it'll probably end up just looking like a big band of green down here, but we'll try. There we go. I'm just sort of lightly touching with the, here, there we go. All right, some taller pieces and some shorter pieces. Make some grass down here. Some of it's yellow, some of it's more green. All right. Oh, look at that pretty rainbow. Very thick rainbow. But it's pretty. All right, friends, that is our watercolor for this week. Don't forget to clean up. Make sure you put the tops on your watercolor nice and tight because we don't want anything to happen to those. And then make sure you clean up the area that you have been painting in. We don't want to leave that watercolor on anything, okay? All right, friends, I will see you next time for another watercolor. Bye.